So we believe that it's going to change how media is. So see, at the beginning of the interview, you asked me what like gets me going. Like, I'll be successful when I've changed the media model, because media companies are not sustainable. A lot of them go broke. I'm about to pick up a few more of them for a dollar. Pennies on the dollar, bro. Like, it's really not. I'm in the back end of it. I can tell you, most of them in the industry are bleeding money like crazy. And if I didn't raise money, had they not raised money, they'd be cooked, finished right now. It's just the truth. But we're very good at the sales thing. And again, the Rug Radio part helps because media companies want to work with Decrypt, and Decrypt is honestly making very good revenue, but they love working with the Farokhs, right? That's where you cut the $1 million deals, right? They love working with the Thread guys, right? They love working with these. They're working with Mendo. They're working with Keyword Monkey. They're working with Gigi. You know what I mean? So there's that. So it's really good, and we're doing very well. But I believe that we're going to change the way media is being consumed, but also monetized with Myriad. I genuinely believe that. This is literally my CEO's only mission in life, is to change that.
You know, he really needs no introduction. He's the man that after 2 interviews, they started doing research papers on him. I saw multiple threads. Who is fill in the blank? Probably like a day or two after the interviews. Yeah, probably about a day or two, going up into a week or two. Farokh, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Making me blush and shit.
We're like 5 minutes in. For those that are curious, Farokh jumped on and John gives him kind of the rundown. And John was giving him the rundown of like how we kind of like operate behind the scenes. And it felt really weird giving Farokh a rundown of how everything works, as if he hasn't done it like 1,000 times before.
Hey, I respect the work. You got to, though. You can't assume that everybody knows everything.
I think there's a part of which is true. It's you do kind of give him the rundown. But Farokh, man, you've been a busy guy the past I think 6 months, more than the past like 3-4 years, I think, over the timeline, just probably from a brand recognition standpoint. Man, how's life been for you lately? Talk to us.
Phenomenal. Life is great. Life is busier than ever. I'm talking on with you now. Just got off like probably 7 back-to-back calls, my own show, etc. On the back of like just landing from Vegas for F1 with ApeCoin and Alpine. Off the back. So it's like nonstop, right? Feeling amazing though. We're just very busy, working hard and, having fun in this market.
It's very back to back. Did you ever like see your life coming like this? Like the very back to back?
Yeah. It's funny, but I kind of always wanted this. I've been entrepreneur almost my whole life, I feel. So I was 14 years old. I'm like, let me try and figure out how to make money. Let me try and figure out how to be a big business person. Went to law school. That didn't work out. Started my business 10 years ago. So it's like, I've been doing this for 10 years. Obviously, like I wasn't this busy for 10 years, but like, it's just, I guess, the culmination and the escalation of everything that became that.
What about this for you, the back-to-back, that you enjoy a ton? Some people say the money. Some people say, the people they meet along the way. Some people will say this. Some people will say that. What is it for you? Like, what itch is it scratching?
I mean, money is just byproduct. So yeah, I do love the money, of course, and I do want to make money in a lot of it. But it's just byproduct. It's not like I don't wake up and like, oh my God, I'm going to work. It's not going to make the money. But for me, it's like the fact that I just love the people I work with. I love the people I'm meeting. Yes, that too. But it's just building something dope with dope people, right? I talk about this a lot. It's like, just I love what I do, right? I don't wake up and I don't want to be a main character. I don't want to be in the limelight necessarily. I don't want to be the richest, but if that comes as a byproduct of what I'm doing, then great. But it's just building something dope. Being for me, what's dope right now, like what gets me going is the fact that we're like building the biggest media company in the industry. Like this is what really, really like makes me excited. The fact that we actually are in a position to change the way media is distributed and monetized. I think that's really the main thing.
Have you felt like you've made it yet? Or you haven't like felt that feeling where like pinch yourself, is this real life yet? Or you're like not got there yet?
Pinch myself every day. Dude, when you're Donald Trump's house, like Mar-a-Lago, interviewing the DJT, the Donald himself, like who just then became president. Absolutely. Like the pinch moment, honestly, every day. Even this past weekend at F1, dude, like I did some really cool stuff, had some great convos.
Mhm.
Like next thing you know, I'm hanging out with some really dope people, closing some pretty big business. I just got off a crazy meeting. Like I'm hot right now, dude. It was a massive one. But it's just yeah, the pinching is all day long. That's for sure. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can't believe this is my life. That is a daily now. Yes. The made it, no. But like I can smell it. So, but we're gonna get there. We're almost there.
Can you jump into the big meeting you just came out of? Like, if you can, without obviously overriding any NDAs or anything like that.
So the big what?
The big meeting you just came from. Can you
No,
like
it's just
talk a little bit about?
Yeah, I mean, like my goal is like at the company, like since I'm the face of the brand, I do a lot of the BD. I'm very well connected, and I've gotten like obviously I've built a reputation, and my forte is actually sales. So it's like I love getting on like these sales calls, etc., and cooking like 7-figure deals for like our media companies or stuff like that. So this is what it is. Or also like for Myriad, a prediction market product. Like we want to activate, multiple like B2B partners. We want to be able to get that thing everywhere. So that's what I'm focused on. It's like high level, either 7-figure media deals or like, getting Myriad integrated into other platforms. So those are the meetings that excite me a lot every day.
Do you predict what the I made it moment was like for you, or do you don't think about it at all? Or like whenever it happens, you're going to kind of think of like that was it in hindsight or even in the moment, or is it one of those things where you're trying to kind of self-fulfill? In your opinion?
I don't know. I'm assuming like, I guess I'll never feel like I made it right. Cause like I talked to my friends and like, yeah, you kind of did it. I'm like, no, I didn't. It's like, well, you're a 48-person team. You own multiple companies. Like you do have that stuff. Some people would say I did, but like, I don't feel it.
With the old you think you made it?
Yeah. Yeah. The 16-year-old. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But not fully though, like 70%, you know what I mean? Like there's still like some goals that I don't reach, but we're almost there, like we're working our way,
The person now, you mentioned the 6-year-old you has made it. How about the person last cycle?
No, we're not there yet. Nah, bro. I still got places to be. I got things to build. I got people wrong. Like we're not there yet. Job's not finished at all.
So you've checked off older versions of you that would have made it like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but not the last
decade is finished. Yeah, the first decade, how you have to. So I believe in decades. So it's like
4 decades.
Exactly. So, you got to think about the 10-year plan. My first 10-year plan has been achieved, accomplished, and successful. The second 10-year plan started the day I found out about crypto. Not crypto, sorry, NFTs. I knew about crypto before. 2021. So you remember my whole Clubhouse like run?
Yes.
So you worried 4 years in now. There's 6 more years to go. Ask me again in 6 years.
If we can get the number in 6 years, I'll ask you in 6 years. If you say yes again, I'll ask you in 6 years.
Yeah, ask me again in 6 years, yeah.
Farokh, guys, like you've obviously done a lot of podcasting. Do you know who Chris Williamson is?
Rings a bell.
Yeah, so Chris has done a lot of podcasts. He was on Rogan. He was done a few others with Huberman, some of the bigger guys. Chris touches upon the different versions of people. He mentions there's a dopamine version of yourself, there's a serotonin, and then there's two others from a brain chemical perspective. It seems like you're constantly, myself included, kind of in the dopamine kind of version of Andrew and Farokh. How often do you touch upon your serotonin version of yourself? The serotonin, for context, for those that are unaware, is like kind of like the kick back, laid back, pinch yourself, like under the skies, under the, under like the tree, whatever, thinking about, oh, this fucking feels good, like kicking your legs up at night, whatever the thing is, having whatever your cigar is, whatever your feel good moment is. How often do you think you do that compared to dopamine?
Often. Yeah. Or else I can't, like, just like when I got on the call, the first thing guy asked me is like, how do you like recover, wind down? Right? Like it's very similar, and it's like very similar. Like I just chill. Like obviously, like a day like yesterday, there was 0 serotonin time. Like it was like bang, bang, bang. But there's many days where I just take a step back. I take time to work out 5 days a week. Like no matter what happens, I take time to sleep minimum 7.5 hours a day. Like that's stuff. I have strict rules myself. So I guess I do tap into that quite often.
What are you optimizing for most, do you think? The serotonin you or the dopamine you that is never ending cycle?
I don't know. I optimize for greatness. So whatever it takes. So if I have to turn on, I don't like putting myself in a bucket. It's like, oh, you have to tap into this or you have to tap into that. So while I love like these concepts, I think they're great. I don't believe in like putting yourself in like some like box. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I feel like I need to take a step back and chill right now. I'll go take a step back right now. I'll drop it all. I'll just go chill. Or like if I need to tap into dopamine, I need to be on. Like these days, I turn the switch on. You know what I mean? It's about balance. So you gotta just know when like yesterday was an insane day, like insane, from like putting fires out at the company, 3 of them, to fixing this, to fixing that, to doing the calls, to doing the show, to trading, to this and that. And somebody said, no, you know what? I'm going to the gym. Dropped it off, went to the gym, came back, done. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to like learn how to balance.
You're in a flow state, which just get.
Yeah, we're in a flow state right now. It took a while to reach it though. It just happened recently too. It's like, we're in it.
Was it post-interview or after, or like before interview with Trump and Cuban?
Everything leading up to it was that, but after the interview, like I have a friend that messaged me the morning after, and his words were, no more small shit. That's all he said. And so I messaged my company team chat and I said, guys, you know the whole meme, yesterday's prices, not today's prices.
Yeah.
But obviously that was not the meme though. Yeah. That does apply. But it was like, no more small shit. And I think something different hit. I tapped it to a different, like, you know, there's things in life that happen to you that force you to tap into a different level, right? So for me, it was like, I don't know, when I found out about NFTs, boom. When I built Rug Radio, boom. When we merged with Decrypt last year, I woke up and I was like, fuck, I'm the president of a pretty big media company now. Like I need to like change certain things. Boom.
Paradigms.
So that was a new paradigm shift, right? It was last December. Yeah. This time, last December, I was like, okay, well, wait. Like I'm not the founder I was yesterday. I actually own a really big company now. So I have to like be, you know, better. Boom. And then 9 months later, Trump. Boom. You know what I mean? We don't know Cuban. What the next one's going to be. Yeah. It's going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months for sure. But yes, like definitely it was since like that interview like was pivotal.
Did you talk about the Trump podcast on any other platform other than the one you guys host?
I'm sure. I mean, I get asked by everyone, right? It's like, even when I hang out with people, it's like the first thing they ask me.
Yeah. How was it? I don't
think I've done many interviews since, though. I did one, and I don't think they asked me. So I don't know. I don't even know.
I'll ask you the questions you hopefully haven't been asked. I don't want this to be another fucking interview where it's like Andrew's asking me the same questions that.
Well, I did like BBC, New York Times, all the folks there, but they were trying to get to Trump, right? They didn't care about what
Yeah, so it was kind of like the ladder, like Farokh was like the ladder part of the staircase. Got you.
Correct.
Yeah, did you know that going into it, or was this kind of like, you recognize this after? You did it anyways, well knowing that was the case.
Yeah, dude, I mean, crazy to say no to that interview, first and foremost.
It's fucking free. It's free fucking media, you know?
Yeah, there's that, but also like, you know, then the media was just trying to like make him look really evil and shit, ask me crazy questions about him. And I was like, dude, like, I'm just a podcaster that like, you know, I want to put the crypto on the map. And I was selected to do this incredible interview. I felt like I was kind of like doing it for the industry, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was bigger than me.
Did MSN ever try to like paint you in a bad light after doing the interview? Because you have pretty good. Yeah, what'd they say about you?
Oh yeah, many stuff. Like in Quebec, like the local press, like, oh, like the crypto guru of Trump's clan. I'm like, dude, what? Like I called the guy. I'm like, dude, you came to my house and you had this whole interview with me, and you want to like paint me as a crypto guru.
That's crazy.
I hate the word guru. It's fucking terrible.
It's falsifying. Yeah.
And whatever. And then like, you know, I'm not going to name like names, but you know, the usual suspects, like they were asking me like stuff about Trump and like, you know, trying to ask me a bunch like, oh, how was he? Was he nice? And I'm like, dude, the guy was chill, man. Like, like Trump is actually really cool in person. I think people like have this like pre-justification on him or whatever. But hey, Trump, Don Jr., Eric, they were fan with me. So that's respect.
Farokh, I think outside of Nelk, you're actually the only Canadian that's had an interview with him during this election
too, right? Definitely the only person in crypto, because he did Bitcoin still.
Yes.
But I don't think there was an interview, but I think we were the only crypto publication to get that.
You were the only crypto, and then you were the second Canadian.
Canadian and Iranian too, so that's crazy, because I don't think he's done many, So it's like the whole, like, you know, the whole 9 yards, baby.
Which is crazy when you think about it. You still think about it, Farokh, like template that actually fucking happened type stuff?
Dude, it's so crazy because like I didn't get to live the moment in the moment at all.
Ah.
Zero. But I have all the footage. We had 4 massive cameras this size, filming every angle, and a guy following me. So I have stuff that's unpublished from behind the scenes. The next day, I looked at it and I knew like I had like my spine, my shivers, even talking to you about it, like it's like giving me goosebumps, literally. Because I got to live the moment of like me walking in with Donald Trump, him patting me in the back after shaking my hand saying you did a good job, congrats, and being very happy, or the interview, and it's after the fact I was damn, I was too stressed. So it's like you see it after the fact. So I enjoyed the moment after the fact, which I could correlate to the physical moment, and was great. And to this date, listen, I get to flex this for the next 4 years. So
it's your life, Farokh. The rest of your life. 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 I'll be the modest one. The rest of your life. I'll be the modest one. 2-timing, just voted in President Donald Trump. DJT sat down with Farokh.
You know, so it was special, man. It was a special moment.
Is there anything that you like? How can I say? It's like I obviously haven't had the moments you've had in your life thus far, but like there's certain nights when I look back and I remember certain details about the night, or that conversation, that text, that deep breath, that like fuck, we're actually doing this type thing. What's the one moment you take away from, even to this day, that you can actually so picture and visualize yourself in the moment from that night?
From the night in Trump?
Yeah, Mar-a-Lago. Like the one deep breath.
Oh yeah.
The piano you looked at, the person you talked to, like that one. This is it,
bro. Dude, that's the best fucking moment. I got it on camera. I'm gonna make a cool video of it and like, we posted it. Yo, so I started the Twitter Spaces, right? Twitter Spaces, okay? I had 20 dudes breathing down my neck to add them on, and nothing else. I love them, by the way. It's fam. It's like add me, because and then dude pulls out with a computer with Donald Trump's account logged in. So that's like arguably the most important, powerful Twitter account on Earth.
Yeah, on Earth. Yep.
On Earth, not even Elon's. It was Trump's. And like, yo, help me put it on stage. Then I get someone comes in and goes, Farokh? Yes? We need you to come right now. I can't. I started the Twitter Spaces. 100,000 people are in the room. We need you to come now. That means Donald Trump wants to talk to you. Yes. Oh shit. I hand over my phone and I'm like, figure it out. I run out. I go to a back room where he was having dinner or whatever before that. It's Donald Trump, Steve Witkoff, and Eric Trump. And Donald Trump's tall, 6'5", short king. He looks at me and he goes, young man, huh? I'm like, yeah.
Crazy.
And he goes, well, we're going to have a lot of fun. Shakes my hand, in the eyes, shakes my hand. Then I walk in with him to the fucking set. And I'm like, you should please sit down right here. President, Mr. President, I'll sit down right there. And at that moment, I knew I was interviewing Donald Trump. I'll never forget that.
Let that sit for a bit. Did you ever think of, if I fuck up, 1 million people the next day get to hear this fuck up live, and we can't get this out? Think about it once.
We don't think about that shit because we don't fuck up.
Man. We're pros. For you, man.
Yeah, we're pros. And actually, I do think I fucked up a bit because I was stressed out, but you can't control that.
Yeah, but you can always say, I could have done this better, I could have done this better. You could always say that in hindsight.
I'm always going to regret how stressed I was. But also keep in mind, the fucking second assassination attempt was the day before. And that was the first interview after that.
Yes.
So I had CNN, the Fox van was outside the house. CNN, Fox, all the biggest news media outlets playing the Twitter Spaces live on national television for me to ask Donald Trump about the assassination attempt, what happened, because those questions were not meant to be in. Obviously, it was about crypto. Yep. So I had to change it to add 2 questions like, what do you make of this and what happened? So that's what was stressed. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to ask Donald Trump what happened. And I was just like, oh my God.
It's nerve-wracking.
Dude, I was like, if you look at the video, like you see my foot, it's just like, yeah.
Farokh, was there like because when he had just gotten shot, I think I was, what was I doing? I think I was either playing a video game or what was it? It was either listening to music or I was playing a video game at the time. And he had just gotten shot and somebody tweeted it. It might have been Mario Nawfal, to be honest. And I didn't think it was real. I'm like, this has got to be fucked. Because sometimes Mario puts out fake shit. And I was like, maybe it's not real. Then you see like 4, 5, 6, 7 posts. I'm like, holy shit, this happened. Like, but there was no result. Was there like a moment of like silence with you guys? Like this happened a day before the interview.
Yeah, I mean, I knew like 45 minutes before the press did because I was there.
Wow.
So I was there getting scraped by the Secret Service, going through a Secret Service sweep so that my team could go in Mar-a-Lago set up the day before. And then they were like, please stand aside. Then like 40 cars pulled up, like Secret Service, FBI, Homeland Security, bomb squad. Like, bro, I was there. I was in the parking lot of Mar-a-Lago. And then my friend comes by and he's like, yo, the guys who got me an interview, like, don't say anything. Don't tweet anything because you're going to be the one breaking the news if you do. And we don't want that. But this just happened. And I was like, holy shit. And then I got the pop-ups like this happened. But yeah, I was aware like a whole 45 minutes before the press. I just didn't want to be the guy breaking the news about it because I don't know, it's just not right.
Yeah, that 45-minute wait between breaking the news from you finding out was an entire lifetime in itself, to be honest.
Yeah, I was sitting in the car at the parking lot. It was raining.
That's crazy.
I was waiting. And then everybody was like, oh, is the interview going to happen, et cetera. And apparently Donald Trump himself wanted to go on with it. So
good for him. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. Farokh, to pivot though, like how has this changed your life and your business? Like your business since this moment?
It's up only after that, right? Like, you know, the whole joke about yesterday's prices, not today's prices. It's not just a joke. It's the truth. Like you're interviewing a president. You have to shift your mindset. You have to shift your focus. You have to shift yourself and your personal brand. I can't go back to, you know, the same interviews I was doing. So I was like, fuck it. Like, who do I go next? I need Kamala Harris. Almost got that. But we got Marc Cuban. Yeah, that was close. We actually almost did. We got Kamala Harris. I got Tony Fadell, which is the founder of the iPod, co-founder of the iPhone. I still can't post that one to this day. It's coming soon, I promise. And then I already have my next one is probably Brian Johnson. So I'm like, from there, I was like, yo, like I got to get only big people on my personal podcast, like for me and even for the morning show, like we have to back it with like big folks. So it's like, you know, everything changes there. So for media, it was great. For my personal brand, come on, like there's no way to paint this negative. Yeah. Like, it is. I mean, I gained so many followers that night, like probably 80K. I'm still gaining to this date. Like it's like my algorithm went from like being dead flat from 2021 people to like
new people
coming back to being one of the biggest people on CT, right? And so that happened. And then obviously for Myriad and the prediction market business that we're doing and for our raise and for everything else, it's like, you know, stuff went popping.
Before I get into the prediction market, which I think is very fascinating, by the way, we've seen like this new kind of a rise of this, at least to my knowledge. How did you guys almost get the Kamala interview? If you can disclose what happened, like disclose,
people call you when they see things, trying to make things happen.
Did they put any restrictions in place? Was it because you heard about the Joe Rogan thing, right? What they did to him?
Yeah, that's why it didn't happen. Probably, I don't know. The conversation didn't go far. It was also really close to election time. Also, like, I don't know. Like, I really liked the Trump interview. You know, I really appreciated him and his answers. Like, I think he really cares. Like, also, like, one of the things the media was trying to make you say is that he doesn't know anything about crypto. Dude, like, do you expect like an 80-year-old man to like explain to you how smart contracts works on Ethereum? Like, it's so stupid. All you need is him talking about Bitcoin strategic reserve. All you need is him talking about making crypto great again in America. All you need is him wanting founders like Brian Armstrong to stop getting sued by the SEC and replacing Gary Gensler. And that's what Trump is doing.
Yes.
So like, you know, it was important. Like, it was really important, and I was really happy to be able to do that with him.
The world is a simulation, as we know. Is there a world in which Trump has you on the crypto team of the?
I'd love that.
His team.
I'll put my hat on the ring.
You think it can happen or no? What do you think?
Can you if you're not American? I don't know. I'd love that.
John, can we? John, you're the only American here. Is that possible for Farokh to be on the? I guess the team, even though he's Canadian, in the cabinet. John, is that possible?
As long as he's not in the direct line of succession, so you can't be like the Speaker of the House or Secretary of State or anything like that.
I'm gonna hit him up.
Bro, can you apply for this? Can we help you apply for this? What do you?
I want to apply for the press pass for my company, right? Because I want.
Yes.
They're talking about podcasters being able to come in. I was just.
We're talking about giving it to Rogan. I mean, he's open to alternative media. I think it's something.
I'm going to push that very hard.
Get yourself a
seat. That's literally on my to-do list. Like, straight up, I'm not even kidding. That's literally on my to-do list. Just haven't had time today. But like, I'm literally because I saw a post about it this morning. I'm literally going to push as hard as I can for that because I think it's extremely important for Decrypt Media and or Rug Radio to have presence at the White House for stuff like this.
That would change industry, man. That would change industry. That would be probably top 4 moments in crypto, top 3 even thus far. That really kind of changes, I think, the industry in the way that it's shifting. Yeah, that'd be insane. That'd be insane. John, what's turnover time for that? Like Farokh has until when to get this done?
I mean, at any time through the administration.
Okay, so it can be like fucking a year from now, whatever.
He can issue and revoke press passes as he wishes.
Okay, so like...
Okay, that it's not really like a before inauguration thing, right? It's like, or is it?
He can do it all the time. And the first, he like threw at CNN at some point.
There you go. Farokh, the window's yours, man.
Okay.
The window's yours.
Fuck.
I
don't have enough things to do.
Pressure's on. Take your shot. Shoot or shoot. I say, yeah. Just you gotta.
All right, I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna draft an email. I have like email now, so it's like
you gotta go for it.
I got this.
You gotta go for it. Farokh, how does so? Give us like the TLDR. How does this prediction market stuff work? And like, do you see it like not just being a fad, but being the thing for the next decade or two
for crypto?
I guess for everything, man, everything between prediction market for crypto, prediction market for politics, everything.
Yeah, I mean, look, prediction markets are cycles. I understand, and they're usually harder during election season, and I get that, and I actually don't disagree with it. I mean, we've seen it. Like, I think they have dropped off heavily since the end of the presidential election recently. But I think this time there was a big 0 to 1 moment for Polymarket that actually like pulled everyone forward and up. Which was very positive. I'm a big fan of Polymarket. I use Polymarket. I've done volume on Polymarket. I want Polymarket to win, actually, for the reason that it's good for my business as well. And so I believe that it's going to be good. But I think that our model works out in a way that we own the distribution. Decrypt is, 50 million plus visits a year? Rug Radio is 50 million impressions a month. We own Lucky Trader. We're going to keep acquiring media companies. Also, I didn't even need to acquire them. We're already partnering with a ton of media companies, by the way, throughout all of next year. Like, we're already lining them up to onboard them into our prediction market because we're bidding Myriad as a prediction market platform, but also as an extension that follows you everywhere to place predictions, but also serving it for you on Decrypt articles. But also, we're building on a protocol level so that you can get adopted by your media company. And we're building it all in-house. So we acquired the team that built it. So it's all in-house. So for me, it's not just a fad because it's going to be served to you as you read. So it doesn't matter if there's up, down, there's going to be elections everywhere. And we're going to focus on culture. And there's always going to be a need to make calls on culture. People are always going to want to stake their reputation.
Yeah. You were early on social media too with Instagram and all those things. How has media changed, Farokh? I mean, obviously we know like how it's changed, but you've been in the game for a while. How has it changed from like your perspective?
So you just saw it happen, and that's when it just hit everyone. The podcasting.
Yeah.
So, but it really happened this time. So I called this 10 years ago, and you can go back. It's all on Instagram. I said the 2020s are going to be the decade of the creator. We're 4 years in. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Because they literally helped put President Trump, in place. You've seen, I used to say 10 years ago that we're going to see in the 2020s, creators become billionaires. Study Mr. Beast. The now boys are not far. In terms of the companies, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, etc. Very successful people. Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, etc. And then I also called that podcasting, and you know how the media is the people media, like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Is now pushing the narrative. And those are all narratives that actually Rug Radio's motto, Rug Radio's just do it, is own the narrative. So it's like, we've been saying that. So for me, that was my call for where media is going to go and how it will evolve. And it has officially been proven right on all fronts. And now I think you're going to see this to the power of 10. We're not there yet. You're going to see the rest of this decade, I think, really scale out to be even bigger for creators.
Is that what gives Decrypt and Rug Radio an upper leg?
Of course.
Compared to these other MSN?
Because we have both, right? So we have the Rug Radio, which is creators, and Decrypt, which is media, but also Decrypt is not MSN, right? We don't fall into the MSN mainstream propaganda. We support crypto, right? We are crypto native media companies. Decrypt is 7 years old. Decrypt has been one of the most, Decrypt is, stats for stats, this is why I merged with them. They're the second largest news site in crypto after CoinDesk, and we're tailing in on them. So we're close. So if you think about it, it's like, it's it.
Do you think MSN pivots?
MSN is going to have to acquire.
You don't think they pivot? You don't think they pivot? You think they acquire, not pivot?
Trust them. They're trying, bro. They pivot every 2 years.
Yeah.
In and
Yeah,
out.
they do.
In and out.
Yeah.
In and out. In and out. Like they're making fun of us. I think, and I talked to this about Keith Grossman a lot, and I also put it on Twitter. But like, you know, these big media conglomerates are either going to have to acquire or they're going to fall into irrelevance because there's no chance they come into our space and they're just like all of a sudden like they're the media. I think it just doesn't work like that.
If they made a few personality hires, do you think it saves the business for them?
Probably some hires, probably some acquisitions, probably some mergers, probably some partnerships. You know.
And do you see you guys competing with MSM?
Well, yeah, directly, of course. MSM was not very happy that I was the first person to get the post-assassination announcement. Let me tell you that. We've ruffled MSN's feathers a few times. I'm not going to name names, but I know we pissed off a few of them regarding a few different interviews as well. So I know it because I got the memo, and I know they're trying to like blackball me a little bit here and there. Not name me, not name the Crypt, not share that we were the news. Like all these people, like breaking news, Donald Trump said this on this podcast. They're not naming me, but bro, I'm the source, you know? So
yeah, they're not. They're doing it on purpose.
Like I see now because we're getting pretty big in this game, and like I can confidently tell you that we're starting to really like, you know, get in front of MSN.
The media business is probably, I think, like the first or second or third hardest business to even operate with or operate under, I think, to be honest. How are you guys, I guess, getting most of your revenue? If you can,
we monetize through digital advertising, right? So we're on par. We're doing about $10 million in revenue a year across media platforms, a little break even, a little above, which is incredible, by the way. Like in this game, after bear market, bro, like this is nuts. And so we just like you do, dude. Like it's not a secret, but we believe now that through this is why we're pivoting to prediction markets, right? We believe that prediction markets are a great way to monetize media because by people staking their reputations, staking their bets, putting predictions on top of like what they believe, there's always a way to make revenue, right? By taking a rake on the volume, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, the whole thing is going to be tokenized. So we believe that it's going to change how media is. So see, at the beginning of the interview, you asked me what like gets me going. Like I'll be successful when I've changed the media model. Because media companies are not sustainable. A lot of them go broke. I'm about to pick up a few more of them for $1.
That's crazy.
On the dollar, bro. Like it's really not. I'm in the back end of it. I can tell you, most of them in the industry are bleeding money like crazy. And if I didn't raise money, had they not raised money, they'd be cooked, finished right now. It's just the truth. But we're very good at the sales thing. And again, the Rug Radio part helps because media companies want to work with the Crypt, and the Crypt is honestly making very good revenue, but they love working with the Farokhs. Right? That's where you cut the $1 million deal.
Trace. Yeah.
Right? They love working with the Thread guys, right? They love working with these, they're working with Mendo, they're working with Keyboard Monkey, they're working with Gigi, you know what I mean? So there's that. You know, so it's really good and we're doing very well, but I believe that we're going to change the way media is being consumed, but also monetized with Myriad. I genuinely believe that. This is literally my CEO's only mission in life is to change that.
Can you disclose a little bit behind what happens after you guys acquire a media company? Because like there's so like crypto has so many media companies, and like you said, a lot of them are bleeding money. We got a name drop, obviously. But what happens after acquisition? Like, are you guys putting your talent? You guys grabbing new talent? What do you guys like? What's the first like 2, 3, 4 things that happens after an acquisition of a media company?
I'll just give you the rundown.
So many.
We merged with Decrypt in December last year. We announced it at Basel. Then it took fucking months, bro, to get it together. It's tough, bro. We lost 2-3 months at the beginning of the month where we couldn't barely make revenue because it's so hard to organize, right? Because dude, people don't realize like I got like 50 people on this team now. 50. Like it ain't small. And so the most important one is that we drew a very thick Chinese wall between the creators part of the business and the media, the journalism. Because journalism and creator is not the same. I am not a journalist. I think actually calling myself a journalist is an insult to my journalists at Decrypt, right? But I do create great content and I do news and I inform myself as well as others. So first and foremost was separate them, right? Second thing is partnerships, separate that. You can't just sell articles to people. It's not ethical. There's SponCon, which is sponsored content on Decrypt, which is advertised by FTC regulations, yada, 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 up front. But you can't be like, on the side, like selling deals to journalists, right? But creators, you can cut deals with them, right? Because you're selling advertisement on deals. So that was very hard to get together. And we have to like draw a line. That's why very grateful for our editor-in-chief at Decrypt, Guillermo, who, stayed on and worked out. And then, the sad part is you have to make cuts, right? There's redundancy. There was people on Drug Radio and Decrypt that was doing the same job. It's tough to keep. I hate to say that, but it's the truth, right? And it's, have to just, change some people over, hire some new people. It's very hard to manage. And you know what? I have to say, bro, I think we finally figured it out after a year. It took a year to figure it out, to really get into that flow state motion.
Like now you're in Strive.
Now we're in
Stride. You're in Stride. In Stride. What does your Stride contain now? Like, what are you doing now on a day-to-day basis that like is helping push the vision of both of them together?
So my superpower, that's what my CEO tells me. That's why I take it from Locks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shout out Locks. Shout out Locks.
Locks, the homie. Loxy says that I'm a magnet. I'm a human magnet. And I can bring everyone around me. But I didn't used to be an operator. I'm a power operator now. I can operate all day long, bro. But the back end shit, the nitty gritty, legal, payroll, fucking ops, shit I hate doing, bro. You know what I mean? Boring shit running a business, taxes. But truth is, you want to run business, bro, you got to run. But see, I don't touch any of that. Zero. I don't even talk to our lawyers. Ever. I don't do any of this shit. I do this, right? But you got to have the right people in place. So Lox is an incredible. I found a CEO that was going to be a soldier. And he's there. He's mercenary, bro. He's a co-founder of mine now in Dastan. I made it, he's a co-founder in the parent company, everything, right? So you got to empower the right people. I saw he was the right guy. I saw he was fucking talented, smart, very good at running cash flow, positive business. Bang, got him on board, right? Then we picked up Ilan. Ilan is a co-founder of Decrypt. He's 32, 33, young dude, co-founded Decrypt a few years ago. We came on, he's a great product guy. So he's our CPO. Loxy brought on a CTO. So right now how we run, 50-person company. We have department heads, VP of media, Sims, right? Like he was my John actually, right? He was the producer of my show. And I was a VP of fucking media. Guillermo, EIC at Decrypt. You have a VP of partnerships that handles the partnerships in their team. You have product, then you have a CTO, then you have Lox on top CEO, and with me. So Lox and I'm a president, but because we're co-CEOs, but I also want him to be just CEO. But I'm a very hands-on founder. Like I'm on top of everything, I'm on top of everyone on every call. So that's my day-to-day. I'm on everything, but the nitty-gritty organizational stuff is on Lox, and then we delegate it to the managers. You handle your own team. If we see that it's not working,
you take over.
And we get involved and we try to fix it with you, right? Oh, I don't like this in media. Sims, let me help you with this. Partnership's not working out. How do we fix that, right? But it's about trusting your team members and being able to delegate, right?
50 people, Farokh, is not a small team. You're almost at the stage where you're crossing over to not just a startup anymore. I think they said legally or whatever the fuck, a startup is like 100 plus people. You guys are plus 100 people is not a startup anymore. You're actually, I guess, business, like a big business. How do you guys maintain your culture of 50 plus people? I mean, culture to you is very important, obviously. How are you guys maintaining culture that you set as president top down or even bottom up or even both ways, sometimes flow?
I mean, we have team calls, we do events, we invite half the team, this and that. They know the vibes, the culture vibes for Rug Radio. For example, like Rug Radio has its own like team chat on WhatsApp that's work-ish related, but we also fuck around, like we fuck around, we joke with each other. Like my team members are my homies, bro. Like I'm not trying to work with people that will be my friends, straight up. You know what I mean? So it's like they're my homies, but also it's important for them to, understand also that we have a business to run. But that's how you build culture. Like I'm a cool guy. I mean, I like to think that, or a chill guy, to be more in tune with the current trends. But you just gotta also like set the tone from get-go. Like I'm not afraid to pound my fist down and be like, yo, this is not how we fucking do things. Like I'm cool, I'm hands-on, but I'm also able to be the other side,
You're a very good tweeter, which you're very good at putting out words on the internet, which is good. I want to read you a quick quote, and John, it's not the one I sent you. I picked up another one. I said, "Fuck that, scrap this one instead." I will read it to you, Farokh, and I want to get your thoughts on this. A company can become incredibly successful if it can find a way to own a word in the mind of the prospect. Not a complicated word, not an invented one. The simple words are the best. Best words taken right out of the dictionary. This is a law of focus. You burn your way into the mind by narrowing the focus to a single word or concept. It's the ultimate marketing sacrifice. Farokh, if I think of Rug Radio Decrypt today, or even you as a brand, what's the word you identify with or you want to be?
Trailblazer.
Why?
Because we're trailblazers, baby. I built this Farokh Radio thing with no fucking clue where to go, how to do it, new industry, all of that stuff, and nobody's showing me the way, baby. Actually, a lot of people are trying to steer me in the wrong direction. So I had not on purpose necessarily, just don't know what they're talking about. So it's like, I'll do things like this way or do things that way. There's like 3 people I listen to, by the way. Like, if I really need help, I call Keith Grossman. If I need advice on something, I call Mike React, CEO Consensus. That's why I have my CEO logs, because he's good at shit. So I just ask him for advice. But, Trailblazer, because we're pioneers in this industry. We're a next generation media company that has been, trailblazing since even the prediction market part of it. Dude, we started building a prediction market in February, bro. We didn't just jump on board.
That's not long at all. It's not long at all.
It's not long at all, but like we started building it before the whole hype.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is that we really do our best to be at the forefront of the new economy.
In the mind of Farokh, do you have your people you call? We all do. How does somebody make it onto the list of somebody that Farokh calls when he needs or when he's wanting advice or like life advice or business advice? How do you make it onto that list of a person that you would call? What does it take?
First of all, trust.
Yeah.
Trust. Trust for me is like the biggest thing in the world, because I don't trust a lot of people. And then you got to know what you're talking about. It's pretty easy to tell when someone doesn't know what they're talking about. Like if I need help with a trade I'm doing, I know Mando's always going to be sound. Whether he's right about the trade or he's not, I know he's going to give me the most sound advice for me, for Farokh. He's always going to have my best interest in mind when I ask him a question, because he knows I'm busy and he's busy too. When I need advice on the media stuff, I call Keith, because Keith loves me. He's my crypto dad and he's like a mentor to me. So it's just how it works, right? You gotta build trust. And same for Locks. Like he became my CEO because I trust him as an advisor, and I'm the one who brought him on. I was like, wow, this guy sounds like a good dude. He's got a family at home. He's got 3 kids, successful. He's smart. Like he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. And I'm like, let's see if he knows what the hell he's doing. And I was like, damn, this guy does know what he's doing. So I trust him, right? So it's just stuff like that. I think that is important. It all comes down to trust. It all comes down to trust. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care if you're successful or not. If you're a billionaire or not. Of course, that does play into play, because if you're extremely successful, it means you've done it right.
Yeah.
But you ask any one of those, I'm sure they'll tell you the same thing, right? It's people who you trust and have your best interest in mind. It has to be your interest in mind, not theirs.
You've also mentioned the creator economy. It seems like you're stronger people with the it factor. A lot of people stress and try to find those with the it factor, the the X factor even. Bro, do you have like a checklist that you look at saying this person does this to identify if they have the it factor, the X factor? Like, how do you know? Because you've seen a lot of talent over the years.
We were working with Thread Guy before he was Thread Guy, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Right? Like then, obviously, he deserves all success and he did it himself. But we were a very big push behind that. He'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Mando Ovi, they were investors, and then we said, yo, these guys sound smart. Do you guys want to host a show with me? Yo, let me help you build your personal brand. It's like, it's just like, now we're like, and we're all helping each other. They equally help mine. I've been working with creators for 10, 14 years, dude. So it's like,
yes.
So it's like, first of all, it's consistency. Look at me. Like consistency, right? Consistency is the key, but you can be consistently bad at something.
Yeah.
Truth is, there's a lot of people who consistently are not good, right?
Yep.
It's not their fault. They just need to pivot to something they're good at. And so there's consistency and there's also quality. Are you consistently doing good stuff? Are you consistently trying to become better? And are you willing to put the time? Because I ain't putting time in you if you're putting time in yourself.
Yes.
Like when I started working with Thread Guy, I knew the kid was going to do whatever the fuck it took to blow up. So I was like, it makes it easier. So if you're in, especially where we're at right now, like if someone's not willing to like put the time to themselves, I'm not going to bother. Because why would I help you if you don't want to help yourself? Straight up. That's how I live.
Yeah, no, it's fair. But do you think people are born with it, Farokh? Like they just have it, some people don't? Or you think it's like, I think work can only take you so far until it comes to personality. What do you think?
was like the Messi and Ronaldo effect, right? So
Yeah. The Conor McGregor, the John Bon Jones, like the IT, like the X Factor. Like you
A lot
can
of
train
people
20
think
hours a day, you
Messi.
won't kick his ass. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people
Yeah.
think Messi. I think Messi's the greatest ever, but point being,
I agree with you.
That it's like, but I think Messi had it. A lot of people think Ronaldo manufactured it, but at the end of the day, Ronaldo is Mount Rushmore. To me, they're both up there. Doesn't matter. One worked harder, one had more talent from the get-go, but worked just as hard. So you can work it, but you tend to find out pretty fast if like after a long time it doesn't hit, you tend to know that just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like if you've been doing this forever and you don't even have like, you know, some big guests, some at least 1 or 2 or 3 episodes of big podcasts are not popping and this like that, then either you're targeting and catering to the wrong audience, or either maybe you don't have it and it's okay. You know? Like a lot of people also are better behind the scenes than in front of the scenes.
Yep.
And that's okay as well. Like my CEO, like Lux doesn't like being in front of the scenes. And I'm obviously much better than him on the social media thing, but he's much better than me at behind the scenes. But I actually force him sometimes to get into podcasts and do interviews, and he's very good at it. But can he host a daily show? Absolutely not. You know what I mean?
Takes a lot of work. Farokh, you're still in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Montreal, yeah?
Yeah.
When are you getting the fuck out? When are you getting the fuck out?
Literally now, as we speak.
Yeah? Where are you going?
I'm going on the school's location for security.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. What's your overall thoughts on Canada?
I love this country. I've been there for 21 years. You know, it gave me my education, a great life that my parents provided me with. But they have become so crypto unfriendly. They have ruined it for everyone. I'm very angry about that. You know, I was very angry about the USA doing that. I'm just as angry about Canada doing that as well. It's a shame. The biggest brain drain on the planet is happening here. Those are stats, by the way. Just Google brain drain Canada if you're listening to this. Since 2017, I believe. We used to get all the biggest engineers, doctors, entrepreneurs come to this country. Now they all leave the second they have a degree. And that's very telling. Why is Vitalik not on the top Canadian list of entrepreneurs? You know he's from Toronto, right?
He went to Waterloo. Waterloo, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Ethereum is fucking born in Toronto, okay? He's never gotten an award for that.
Why?
You guys tell me, brother. Why? Because we don't recognize our own entrepreneurs in this country. Do you think Canada's
I didn't know
support since I launched this? I own one of the biggest media companies in an emerging industry. We've never gotten support from the country and never will. So I'm good. I'm out. You know, not going to bother. Plus like 60% taxes on capital gains. It's insane.
Yeah, I did my taxes today. Part of it, I was like, because I opened in April, I'm like, yeah, it's bad.
I do everything by the book, brother.
Really
and it's just not worth it. I'm sorry. I'm not anti-taxes, but I'm also for paying taxes to a country that actually supports.
We got to be smart. We got to be smart business owners. We got to be smart. Can't be stupid. We got to be smart. We got to be smart. I didn't know Vitalik wasn't on that list. That's very concerning. In my opinion, they definitely don't support entrepreneurs at all. I'm pretty sure the highest tax bracket is like 46%. So if you make $1 million, I guess, net income or income.
I think in Quebec is 53, brother.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Make $1 million, right? Income. You're down half.
And then the cost of living in Canada and inflation have become horrible. Like, you know,
same.
I'm home all day. I don't leave my home ever. But when I leave my home, I'm like, yo, why is like life so expensive?
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my mom that I was like, I actually feel really sad because the average person can't afford to live anymore. Like, forget it. Montreal is like, I see a little cheaper. Toronto, Vancouver, like I read that like people in Toronto work 3.5 weeks to afford their month.
Yep.
To be able to go. It's like, dude, what? Like,
when did because you've been in Canada your whole life, I have too. When did you think it got really bad? Like 10 years ago, 4 years ago?
Like the brain drain started in 2017, literally. Shamath talks about it a lot. And like it's around those times when things started flipping.
What was flipping though? Like what was it? What was flipping?
The government, bro. I think it got a little too socialist.
Oh, it got a little too
started pushing a little too hard on the left side, you know? I'm not a full conservative, by the way. I'm a very like neoliberal, like, you know, probably like, you know, my finance on the financial, I'm a little more conservative, and on, you know, and on my heart, I'm a little more on the left, but like they right, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's becoming everybody who I think becomes successful in Canada eventually leaves. Drake,
everyone I know that is successful left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone I know. Look, didn't Mert just leave, the founder of Helios and Solana?
He did. He's in Dubai. He's in Dubai now. Yeah,
that is a huge loss. This guy's like running Solana, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, one by one, they all kind of leave it. I think inevitably I'll be gone too, which is a matter of when. For me personally, Farokh, I gotta bring it up, man. The meme coin thing is nuts. You've been vocal about it too. Did you? I mean, you've been in crypto for you've seen a cycle or two. Did you predict like the craze happening like this, or this was like a blindside to you too?
No, it wasn't blindside, bro. 1000x on Mog.
Oh my god! Can you say what price when you got in? Can you say when you got in? What market cap you got in?
My first buy Mog at 1.4.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
How did you know? Was it like
Pepe? Pepe. I was big in Pepe at like 100 mil, and everybody was buying Mog. Simple, follow the money. And then Pepe Mog. I was early to whiff. I was early to just not to chill guy. Actually, I was early last week. It's the latest one.
You hit them all, man.
I don't hit them all as big as you think though, because I fumble some, I hit some, I lose some, but still I do. Like that's where I operate though. But the thing is, it's because I've been doing this social media meme shit for 10 years.
Wow. Yeah.
So I get memetics. Yeah. I understand social trends. I understand virality. It's where I operate. It's where I made my bread and butter, brother. So it's like, you know what I mean? I want people to think, oh, it's like, dude, it took me 10 years to understand. Like,
shit out, yeah.
Like, you know, like before I was doing all this media stuff, I was creating memes. I created some of the biggest meme pages in the world on Instagram. I some of my memes are viral. You still use them. Like, you know, it's like I've been in the game for that. And so I understand that it's tied. All it is different is like it's tied to a coin now. So it's like, you know, but I also top two coins. I buy if you run things. But yeah, then you can't fight. Don't fight memetics. Don't fight.
No. Yeah, your OSF was on this, John. This week or last week? When was OSF? This week or last week?
Yeah,
Obi was on too. I asked him because he's also a founder with the Rec brands and all that stuff. With Mando.
I'm an advisor. I'm an investor. I'm an owner. I'm a friend. I'm a supporter. They're killing
OSF. They're absolutely killing it. I asked him too. I said like, because there's some founders that are like against the trenches stuff, and I just kind of think I'm like, you're an idiot, bro. Like if you're against the memetics, I think you're an idiot. You don't understand culture. What competitive advantage has gotten in or given you by being in the trenches, being focused on memetics?
What's the advantage?
What's the advantage you think trading memes and being in the trenches, Farokh, as they say? What's the advantage it's given you as a founder?
I know how to pivot fast. Like for Rug Radio on the media side, like I just know what people want to consume. Keep in mind, I host a daily show, right? So like I have to. It's like my job. Literally, it's my job. I know it sounds funny to be on top of all the trends. Why? Because tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have to hop on and talk about it for an hour. So, and I like that because that's something we talk about with Mando a lot. Like we love that we have this show because it keeps us on our toes. You have to know, oh, Moodang's listed, or that's happening, or this, that, or that, or that, or that, or that. So it's like, you know, it's good. You got to be on top of culture and trends. You don't have to be in every corner. You don't have to be in the pump fund trenches. You don't have to be tiring yourself, sleeping at 4 a.m. every morning. That's bullshit. That's like the equivalent of 24/7, 365 hustle grind, like hustle porn. It's like super cringe. But I think the least you can do is just inform yourself an hour a day.
Yeah. Farokh, I want to ask you one last question. I appreciate your time, man. You mentioned earlier greatness.
Yes.
And in your last decade of your life, and God hope it's over 100, what do you want the world to know you by? If there's a word or a sentence that coexists with your full name, Farokh, last name, middle name, all that stuff.
I mean, my first name.
I don't want to butcher. I'm Italian. I don't want to butcher it. I don't want to butcher it. I'm Italian.
Yeah, my first name means fortunate, but
there we go.
There's always a good vibe guy. You know, my mentor first told me when I was 18 is be the person everybody wants to work with, and I live by that. And I think it's true. Like a lot of people want to work with me specifically and with us because they just fuck with me. You know, and I'm like that. I make deals with friends, bro. I pick up the phone and say, yo, why don't we make a deal? Why don't you come to my event and give us this much and let's promote your stuff? Or why don't we, like, this is what I want. Like, I just want to work with friends, bro. And I'm surrounded by the best people in the world. I have the best friends group. They're all very successful people. They all stay in their own lanes, and we all support each other. You know, just be the person everybody wants to work with. And that's what I want to be known by.
They say on your deathbed, you think about the crazy shit that you did versus stuff that you didn't. What's the craziest thing you've done up to date?
I've done a lot of crazy shit, bro. Just this past weekend, I ended up on the 43rd floor of the Waldorf Astoria at a private poker game with the best poker players in the world. And somehow I lost 20 grand only. That was some crazy shit. Or next thing you know, I'm like chilling with Lando Norris's dad, and Lando Norris in the paddock of the F1. But that just happened this weekend. And I pinched myself. We're like, I'm working with ApeCoin. They brought me out to be with Alpine, and next thing you know, I'm like cooking with a driver, or like like I'm always doing crazy shit.
That's crazy. You writing a book one day, Farokh, or no?
Maybe one day, or like next thing you know, it's we're doing a Miami event next week, and I need a DJ, and my homie's Blondish, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'll do it for you." And like she's coming to DJ next week in Miami for us.
That's crazy.
There's always I've done a lot of that crazy shit, and it's like constant flow of crazy shit.
How old are you, Farokh?
30.
Bro, you're young. You're older than me, but you're young, dude. You're young still.
September, and the week after I did Trump. That was crazy. You know what I mean? So it's like Trump is the craziest side quest I've ever been on, right?
Yeah, it's the side mission. Yeah, it's side mission.
I went solo too. It was insane.
Yeah. Farokh, man, I appreciate it. The hour's winding down. Thanks for coming on, bro. I appreciate it. Anything you want to let the audience know about last 30 seconds, minute or two?
No, just show us some love, some support. Marriott Markets. It's gonna be a cook. Come vibe with us. Come chill. Listen to FOMO Hour if you want to, do good in crypto.
Every morning, what time?
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday to Friday. It's recorded Spotify everywhere. You don't even have to listen live. But if you do, you can win some money. So, we're vibing.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate you. See you next time. Thanks, Farokh. Ciao, guys.